We're losing!
Teamwork, guys. More teamwork.
They're burying us alive!
Well, shit.
Jeez Louise.
I mean, don't you want to beat those bastards? In my book, we're going to be winners.
What's the matter? You got nothing left inside, huh? Because you're turning like a damn bum, you know that?
Screw them.
What are you doing? What are people doing?
Is this early access to?
Hey, let me tell you something, bro.
Get out there now and do the best you can.
All right, welcome. Episode 170 of the Bad Fodder Figures podcast. We have reconvened on a Sunday night once again, joined by the sultry sounds of the CEO of the conglomerate, Glovebox Gaming. Of course, Bad Fodder Figures are a subsidiary of Glovebox Gaming. Mr. Eric Glovebox, how are you?
Man, I'm great.
Back.
With that intro. Please. That's an intro.
That just came off the cuff. That just flew.
Man, you put it on. I'm about to go.
I mean, when you're told to say it so many times, after a while it just comes natural to,
Yeah.
just come out and say it.
Like the Pledge of Allegiance at school, right? You could probably still belt that out, couldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Give me 3 Hail
Yeah.
Marys and a Pledge of Allegiance, Matt.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
God. And an Our Father.
Eric, how are you, sir? You were, where were you, in Vegas, in a little California action? How were your travels?
Man, my travels was great. You know, it's hot out in Vegas, man. It was 114, bro.
To
Let me
dry
tell you
heat.
something.
To dry heat.
Yeah,
But-
what are you talking about?
You know, people always say that, but heat is heat. That shit was hot. Hot.
Well, there we have our show title. Heat is heat.
But in San Diego, where we were staying, it was like 70 degrees. I was loving my.
Not the best
wow.
place on. I think San Diego might be in the top 1 or 2 best places in the earth.
Yeah, we was down. Man, it was nice, man. Man,
Yeah, hell of a place to be, San Diego. Just absolutely beautiful.
but I had a good time. Got to see my grandkids. You know, my son. We hung out with my son.
Yeah,
One of my
so-
One of my other sons came with us. He went to Vegas and everything. You know, he took some leave from the military.
other
came out
sons.
Yeah, I got Jonna's son. She got 2 sons.
Oh, okay.
But we went to see one who was in San Diego because he's a Marine out in San Diego. But the other one that's in the Air Force, he came out with us. And he went to Vegas too and he hung out with my son. It was great.
I thought there was another son besides Eric. Of course, I know about Jonas' kids, but I was thinking there was someone else. Like, who's that? I don't know aware of this other
Hey,
person. Got me
hey,
all
Mike,
excited.
I was over in Germany for a while. I was over in the Philippines.
You got kids everywhere, dude. There's all little
No.
glove boxes
There's
running
little
around.
glove boxes all over the goddamn place.
So no, at this present point, but we're not going to put that out there like it can't happen. But
Not to reveal too much personal info, but when my grandmother passed away in 1995, there was this guy. His name was Uncle Joe. Okay, and as soon as not the Uncle Joe, I see Matt's eyes lighting up like a fucking Christmas tree over there. Settle down, sir. And when my grandmother passed away, this Uncle Joe said, "I'm not Uncle Joe. I'm sibling Joe. I am the oldest child out of all you children to my father and everything like that."
wow.
So, no, I guess shit was different back then in the the early 40s. I guess she must have had a kid too young, right? And the grandmother raised Uncle Joe to be Uncle Joe, but
Ow.
but when when it came time to get his cut, he wanted his cut, and Uncle Joe was not in the will and did not get his cut. So it did not.
Oh no.
It didn't. Uncle Joe is no longer with us either. So.
Oh wow.
So careful. You know, you got to warn your kids if these little glove boxes, who aren't
Hey,
so
man.
little anymore, are going to swoop in and contest the will at the last minute. You know, got to have that shit ironclad.
Yeah. Hey man. You know, but I'm gonna be gone at that point, so it ain't gonna matter.
Oh, I know.
No matter.
You're gonna be the last glove box around.
No, maybe not.
Eric's done his part. He's got a son carrying on the name.
Absolutely.
There you go.
I have, as I've maybe not so much in this show, maybe on Gamers in Bed, I talk about my grandfather a lot, and he had a really cool name, and it's a damn shame that none of the boys in that family had kids to carry on the name and the legacy. Now, like me, I got sort of a vanilla last name, but I did my goddamn part. I got 3 boys. That name, that name has been carried on. You know, my brother's got 2 girls. But that name, I've done my.
There you go.
For better or worse, I've carried the name on.
Yeah.
But Eric, I didn't know if you noticed when I was talking about Uncle Joe, Matt's eyes over there. You know, he thought it was like Christmas over there. And we're gonna have a voice. We're gonna have a voicemail in a little bit. But Matt, you made some purchases this week. You bought some wood.
Yes, I did.
For the deck.
Yeah. I had to buy. Well, I had the money for the wood for a while now. Okay, I had the money for the wood since Memorial Day. I've been sucking some money away in it, but finally, prices of lumber have dropped. Okay.
Oh, I have no wood. I've got no wood. Where's the wood?
I have wood now. I have much wood now.
So why did prices drop? Is something's going on that I don't know about?
No, just because production's back up and that it's after the 4th of July and
Uncle
demand's
Joe's got everybody back to work, so
fucking
prices are adjusting back to normal.
I don't know about that, but
because COVID's coming back strong. I don't know if y'all know that.
It is.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
But wood went from $10.98, for a 10-foot by 5/4 by 6-inch wide to $7.27. And I got to jump on that shit. I got. It's time to buy it. So I went Friday, bought wood for the deck. We got to replace my deck boards and stuff like that. So that's why I bought that. I got to buy more still, but
your brother helping you, or are you doing it?
No, I'm going to do it myself. Do it myself.
Get Noah out there.
Like I said, I'll be doing it myself. I'll do it myself. Me and a six pack of beer.
Natty Light.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Now, we're gonna hold off your other purchase till we can tee it up with the voicemail. But it's good to hear that you got your check, and I got a check. Uncle Joe sent me a nice letter, saying that I've been hard working, and he's very sorry that I didn't get any other stimulus money. But he says, he's very happy that I populated the earth with 3 little childrens, and he feels that I owed some money. So I got a letter telling me what I was going to get, and then for some reason it didn't get deposited into my bank account directly, but they sent me a check, and it was $4 more than the letter said. Look at that.
And you're going to get that every month through the end of the year.
Yeah. Well, then you got to declare it on your taxes, right? So it's just a little less. No?
No, it's an advance on your taxes. You don't have to declare anything. It's just automatically next year. You don't have to declare anything. It's not income.
But it's just less you would get back if you.
Yes. You get it now or you get it later.
Right. Uncle Joe ain't crap. He said it sucks to be you, bro.
So Uncle Joe's been sent me some love. So here we are.
You guys.
I'll bounce back to Eric here for a minute. Speaking of love, how was it to meet the granddaughter for the first time?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, bro. You're talking about love, bro. I can't even explain. You'll find out one day the level of love that's involved in grandkids, man. And that little girl, man. Oh, man. Shut it up. I can't stand it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's just a wonderful thing, man.
The 2 cuties. Even the oldest boy is a doll. He's very cute.
Yeah, they call me Pop Pop, right?
Mm-hmm.
my wife, she's supposed to be called JoJo, right?
Oh no.
But my grandson can't say JoJo, so he says Dodo.
Okay, I was going to say maybe say ho ho.
That's where I was going to. Like, oh no.
He says Dodo. He just melts every time she hears it. Dodo.
Oh, I bet it's cute as hell saying that too, isn't it?
Best.
Oh man, that is the best.
Yeah, grandkids are great. You'll see.
When I had my kids,
Not for a while.
I named my I gave my grandfather a nickname of Gigi, great grandpa, and that stuck.
Yeah.
The only thing I've been able to do in my life, I gave my grandfather a nickname that stuck, Gigi.
Yeah, that's cute too.
Yeah,
That's good. Yeah.
poor Gigi, no longer with us.
Yes. Well, yeah. That's
Circle of life.
That's
So no Uncle Joe checks for you. Those days are over, but maybe Junior got a few checks in the mail as well.
Yeah, I hope so. I don't know. I haven't talked to him about it. I'm sure he did.
Yeah. Let's see. Where are we here? So did you do any gaming while you were away? Was it all vacation? Did you sneak into any gaming resorts at Vegas or anything like that of the sort? Pinball Hall of Fame or whatever it is?
No, but I did play. I did buy the Mario Golf for the plane ride.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was playing the heck out of that. That's fantastic. As a matter of
Yeah?
fact, yeah, it's great. Good game. I mean, if you like golf games, it was fun. I got to play that. My son
Mario-
has the 5, so a little bit of PlayStation 5. I was playing with my grandson, of course, but you know how that went. So it wasn't really, you don't really play. You just whatever. But as far as being in Vegas, man, let me tell you something, dude. I'm not a gambler, right? I don't like to gamble because I don't like to lose money. You feel me, Matt? You feel me?
Oh yeah. I feel you there.
I think he must have been making some money though. Did you see some of those pictures on Facebook, man?
I
Mr.
saw some
Glovebox
of
over
the
here,
pictures.
Mr. Slim
No.
Goodbody over here promoting health and
Them
nature everywhere he
Goodbody.
goes, smoking cigarettes on the floor. What's going on? What do you got to say for
What
yourself?
the hell is this shit?
See what that you need to know. I was holding on a cigarette. That's what that was doing.
And the facial expression was you were just putting it on like it's cosplay. You were being
Yeah.
the Marlboro Man cosplay.
Basically, I was holding her cigarette. That's what I was doing because she was. But so I don't like losing money. So I took $10, Matt, and we went to Wheel of Fortune slot machine, right?
Yeah.
So I put $10 in there, and it goes quick. I don't know if you ever played slots. It goes quick, right? So I was down to like $2 left on it, right? So I hit the thing, won $200, and Matt, I cashed out and I stopped.
There you go.
Done, bro. I was like, okay, I'm good. Peace.
John must have been
Nice.
thrilled. No, that means you got to keep 100, put 100 back in. Let's go. That's how it
Play
would have went
more.
with
Play
Lynn.
more.
Lynn would have
So
put
let
it
me-
all back in.
But let me tell you that story. So I won my $200, and I had walking around money. That was my walking around money. Right?
Walking around money. I love it.
So John, she kept going to the ATM. I'm like, listen, you got to cut that out.
No.
Yeah, spent more than $200. I'll tell you that.
Mm-hmm. And that ATM is her ATM or your ATM?
It's my ATM. But look,
Yeah.
here's the deal. When you go to the ATM in Vegas, you know how you can take out a certain amount when you're not in Vegas. It's just like there's a cap, right?
Yeah.
Man,
Right.
have ATMs where you could take out like $5,000. I was
Yeah.
like,
Did your bank drop you a little note going like, what the hell's going on?
Where are you? Are you okay?
No, before I left, I told them I was going to be in San Diego and Vegas, so they was good to go.
If you see a lot of debits in a row, I'm just here at Vegas, and John is going on a hot streak.
Yeah.
They only spent maybe $500.
Now, how was
Man.
Was it? You've been to Vegas before. Would you say the crowd there was just as busy as it always is, or was it a little subdued?
I think it was even more busy because we was out there for the 4th of July, bro. Let me tell you, man, streets was lying, man. It was so many people. It was people butts to nuts, bro. It was so many people, and there was more weed smoking and I ain't never seen that much weed in one place.
Is it legal out there?
Huh?
Is it legal there?
Yeah, it's legal.
Okay.
But weed.
Now, any COVID concerns? Because you mentioned COVID's back on the upswing. We're seeing some people who are vaccinated getting the variant or whatever. I was watching the Suns and Bucks NBA game last night, and the Milwaukee Bucks, I don't think have won a world championship in like 50 years. So they had the whole arena inside packed, and the game was in Phoenix. So it was like a crowd inside the arena watching. Then they had a huge crowd outside, like nuts to butts, like watching on the jumbotron and jumping all up and down, going crazy. I was like,
Yeah.
we're just not going to learn.
Hey, bro, I'm starting to get scared now because, like I said, when we was in Vegas, people didn't care, man. I was like, man, you people are nuts, man.
Yeah.
And it started back to, but okay, yes, I'm vaccinated, but still, I don't want to be around that, because there's nothing saying, I've seen people who've been vaccinated get it again. I mean, get it or whatever. So
Right.
I don't
I can
want.
tell you, we canceled our trip. We were going to go to New Mexico. And I was just like, I'm just not going on a plane. I'm not dealing with this shit. So
I will say this on the plane though, you couldn't take your mask off. I mean, the stewardesses were actively telling people.
Well, that's why we canceled, because not so much that I was scared of getting it on the plane, which I would be a little bit. I would be more scared of the bullshit. Like Matt has said, people just have forgotten how to behave in society. And I would just be like, you know what? All it would take is me to be on a fucking plane with some loser, pro-mask, anti-mask, some stupid shit, some Karen fucking just goes off, and I'm just like caught I'm in the same aisle with them, and I would just suddenly combust in my fucking seat.
They were walking down the aisles the whole time, telling people if they didn't have their mask up, how some people drop it below their nose. They was like, nope,
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks. We haven't gone on it just like anybody else. So it's not like our own little cross to bear here, but just like a lot of people haven't gone on vacation in a long time. So it's strange for us, and we were looking forward to doing it, but I just don't think it's worth the risk. The little guy still isn't vaccinated. They don't have kids that young vaccinated yet, so
yeah, you're right.
It just wasn't worth the risk. So, but very happy to hear that you had a good time. Everybody came home safe, feeling well. Just got back to work. First night back to work, or been back for a while now?
I've been back for a little bit.
Nice.
But I was on vacation for 2 weeks. 2 weeks might be too long for me.
Yeah.
That's a long vacation.
2 weeks is tough when you go back to, like, I don't know how much like paperwork you do on a regular basis, but boy, you come back to 2 weeks worth of work emails and work to do.
Yeah.
Good
That's what
fucking
a big.
Lord. Yeah. Especially if you're in a position of like management, if you're just a regular worker, like at my work, if you're just like an agent, maybe if you're just a regular cop at your place, not so much. But if you get some, and I don't want to, belittle someone who's just grinding it out and just doesn't have any sort of management responsibilities. But if you got to like manage a bunch of people and then you're beholden to like a director or someone high above you, good Lord, it's more of a pain in the ass than if you were there the whole time.
Absolutely correct.
I was off Friday. They gave us these summer Fridays for I guess COVID time. And so I took Friday off. You don't have to use PTO or anything like that. They're just giving you three Fridays off in July and August to use. So I took this past Friday off. It's only for people that are not overtime eligible. So it went over like a screen door in a submarine in my department, because I manage everybody that's overtime. I manage everybody that's hourly, right? I'm salary. So I took it off and they can't take it off. Yeah, that
seems fair to me.
Yeah. So anyways, we got a voicemail to play. We got a question from Team Chaos Theory. But before we get to that, Matt is telling me he's had a hell of a day. He might have to go to the hospital later for some stitches. Eric, you remember when the pizza got stuck in the oven?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we have a co-host who got stuck in a freezer today. Okay, so Matt, let's just you want to talk about your day? Pick whichever one first. How you hurt yourself? How you got
So
stuck in the freezer? Whatever. It's all up to you.
Let's start with the finger first. Okay, I stabbed myself in the finger here. Okay, this is great for a podcast, but you guys can see it here. Okay, it's all kind of taped up here. Some spices. I was spicing some chicken up to grill. Okay, and the spice was all like clumped up in that. So I took a knife. I started jabbing at the
Oh, no.
bottle. Well,
You missed.
I missed and jabbed right through my fucking finger here, which probably needs stitches and shit. But
That's a
Barb.
$500 bill.
Hence why Barb taped it up, with whatever shit we had at home here. It's all taped up here. It's a little sore. Okay, I can feel it. Okay, so I try not to bend this finger. It is throbbing. That I will be sleeping like this tonight with it above my head to try and keep the blood from.
Now, is that your right hand or your left hand?
This is my right hand.
Oh, okay.
I'm left-handed.
I know. So you're good there.
Yeah, I'm still fine. I'm still fine.
Didn't need the illustration there, but here we are.
But
Dude,
but then later, this afternoon, evening, after dinner and stuff like that, I opened up the freezer. We got French door, bottom drawer freezer type thing. Okay, you guys are familiar with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I pull up the freezer, get ice out, put in my cup. I go to close the freezer, and it won't shut. I was like, oh, what the fuck? So I open it back up, and there's ice cubes kind of like down on the bottom of it. It's like, son of a bitch. So I put this hand that's injured down in there. Okay. I got the ice cube, and I kind of, with my fingers, kind of scoop them out, I can't get my hand out. My elbow is stuck with the drawer. Okay. So I'm trying to move the drawer and shit and get my arm out. My arm's stuck underneath the goddamn fucking freezer drawer. I was like, oh, what the fuck? I'm trying to manipulate and stuff and do
Barb,
shit.
Get the Crisco. Get the Crisco, Barb.
did you start panicking?
The lube. It's next to the bedstand.
We need the KY jelly.
It's
The
next.
KY jelly.
Where'd you leave it last? It's next to the bedstand. God damn it! It's in the third drawer.
We need it now. If we ever need it, we need it now. I'm sitting there, and finally,
Did you start to panic?
I did.
The hand swells up.
Yeah, I did. I kind of like, oh, what the fuck? I'm pounding on the side of the goddamn fridge and shit. Like, what's that going to do? Barb's out in the back deck reading a goddamn book. I'm on the floor sprayed out. The cat comes up, starts looking at me like, hey, what's going on here? Cat's looking at me and shit. And my arm's stuck. I'm trying to get my arm out. The fucking freezer door's out. All the cold air from the freezer's coming out. So finally, I kind of grabbed my arm out and.
At what point did you just thought you were like the guy in the wilderness and you're just gonna fucking cut it off? You're just gonna bite it off.
Came close to that. I was like, well, I was right there where the freezer was. I could probably reach up and grab barbecue sauce and put it in my arm and start chewing at it or something like that. But
a hell of a day.
Oh, a hell of a day, dude. Hell of a fucking day with it. Between cutting my finger off and my arm being cut off in the freezer and shit. I got frostburn and shit probably.
Did Barb see you at all during this, or was she oblivious to it?
Fuck no, I didn't tell her. I came outside, told her. I just got stuck in the goddamn freezer. She's like, how do you get stuck in the freezer? What are you talking about? I explained to her what happened, and she just looked at me and
Disgust.
told me to go away. She's like, I already helped you once today. I'm not helping you again.
Hell of a thing.
It is a hell of a thing, man. It just, the finger bothers me more than anything else. My shoulder's going to hurt later from before, but the finger is like, this is going to ache.
You ever think you just having a bad day and you just need to go to bed?
Every day.
You know, I was thinking that, but I thought, well, we got a podcast tonight, so I guess I'll be there for that. This will make good
I'll tell you
podcast
what,
material.
Lynn has been down the Cape. Be a week from tonight. That she's been away for a whole week because we got the floors upstairs sanded and then refinished.
Mm-hmm.
So she brought the kids, the two youngest kids and the two dogs down to the Cape, so keep people off the floors. And yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. What were we talking about? Anyway, she's been away, and I just been dealing with all the fucking crap here.
How are the floors looking, Mike?
And yet,
the floors are done. They do look good. Oh, what I was getting at is that she was away and having a bad day, and instead of having to deal with family stuff at dinner time or take the dogs out, I was able just to go right to sleep after work. So I was like in bed for like, I don't know, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock some nights. But anyways, the floors do look very nice.
Yeah.
What we're up against now, and Lynn will make the ultimate call, is we didn't get the whole first floor redone. Right? So, like, we got the kitchen into the new area all done. And we got the other part of that side that we opened up done as well.
so it's not looking uniform.
Exactly. So we got if you're just in the room looking at it, you don't really notice it. But if you like I took a picture of her and she's like, what the hell? It's a big difference between, the kitchen now is lighter than the dining room and the living room and the family room, Yeah, big bucks to have to fucking do all those other 3 rooms. I'd have to take all that furniture out of the house and get like some sort of storage unit and put all that shit in there. You know what I mean? It would just be like a big fucking ordeal to get those other 3 rooms done. And then, like, do you have to do them at the exact same time? Like, if I did it like a week later, 2 weeks later, would it match up? Who the fuck knows? Like, I could still be...
I know what you're saying, because when I got my floors done, we did everything at once. And what's cool was the guys who did it, they moved all the furniture and everything as they were doing it. So
yeah,
it was cool. But like you said, yeah,
you got fake floors put in though, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so ours are real wood, so they'd have to move all the furniture out. Otherwise, they get all dusty and shit. You know what I mean? They got to do it in like one big fucking go at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It would just be too much to dump all the furniture in one room. Because what they do is they sand it all for like 2 days, and then they come back for 3 days and keep putting the finish on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a messy, big process, and you'd have to take everything out of the house to fucking do those other rooms.
Yeah, I mean, to do it right, you'd want to do it all at once, get it done and over with all at one time.
Yeah.
That'd be the ideal thing to do.
But that ship has sailed. You know what I mean?
Good. Mm-hmm.
And now, with the first time with all the tarps down, we can see like from our kitchen all the way down to the other end of the house where we knocked the wall open. And now I'm like, do I like where the light is over the kitchen table? Is it like in the right spot? Like you couldn't tell before because the wall wasn't there, but theoretically it was there because the tarps were separating the 2 rooms. You know what I mean? So it looked like the kitchen table and the light were in the right spot all along. But now that the tarps are down and I can see from one end of the house to the other, I'm like, is this goddamn light and kitchen table in the right spot still? Or should it be moved askew? You know what I mean? It's like, and I feel like I want to have a conversation with the fucking guy, being like, you know what? I'm just a fucking guy that punches in the clock every day and goes to work. I don't do this shit for a living. Like, someone should have thought of this. Like, hey, when this all comes down, maybe this fucking light should be moved somewhere, because the wall was there and that's where the table looked good before. But now the wall's not going to be there, and we've opened this area up. Maybe you wanted your light and table somewhere else. So I guess I'm just going to have to live with it for a bit and see how I like it. But, I'm getting the ceilings all painted over again pretty soon. So, like, the decision on this type of shit needs to be made soon. And Lynn's down the Cape still for a couple more days. And I'm like, fucking caught in the middle of all this shit. I'm like, I got to make all these fucking goddamn decisions.
Yeah, you better let her make it, because if you make it, it's gonna be wrong regardless. So you must.
Yeah. So this is why I'm going to bed at 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock at night, between the stress of the job and stress of the work here. I'm like, fuck, peace out. I'm going to bed. So we'll see. But the floors look phenomenal either way.
That's
they
good.
they look really nice. So we're in the home stretch. We're in the finishing touches. Ceiling's getting painted. The electrician's coming back and putting all the fixtures on. The ceiling fan, the pot lights. Plumbers are coming this week to
the pot lights. Pot lights. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Back up, man. Pot lights.
Yeah.
What?
Get your head out of the gutter. The bathroom's getting painted tomorrow, so the plumber can come this week and put the toilet in and put the vanity in. So we're in the finishing touches stage. And hey, their estimate to be done with this project was July 25th, and what are we at? July 18th. So if they put an honest week's work in, they could get everything done. My feeling is
they're on time.
My feeling is the painting will extend the project by a week or two.
Maybe a day or two, not a week.
Yeah. No, but just lining up with his schedule. You know what I mean? It's not so much the length of time it would take them. It's just getting on that guy's schedule.
Yeah,
that's nice. I expect to see plenty of pictures when this is done.
Yeah.
To see what this all looks like. It sounds promising. It sounds very nice. Going to
Yeah,
open up the whole area and everything.
Yeah, opened it all up, man. I can see from my kitchen all the way down to the other end of the house. It's pretty wild. And it's like an echo chamber right now, because there's no fucking furniture in that's part of the house, and there's no furniture really in the kitchen now. So I open up a cabinet, you can hear it echo.
So. I can see it now, Eric. Mike's going to be down to one end of the kitchen, way down the end. In his skivvies or something like that, trying to moon Lynn and the other end. Hey, can you see me? You can see me now. Look, yeah, yeah.
Ideas.
Can you see me?
Ideas. All right, let's play Los's voicemail, and then we're going to get into Matt's purchase here. Los is going to give it away, but Los wanted to chime in about something Matt bought.
I'm not stacking paper. I'm spending paper.
Yo, what's up? This is Los. I just wanted to say hello to my Blackstone brother, Matt. Hope everything's good. What the hell did you do, man? What happened? What did you do? You said you're learning the hard way. I told you something last night, messaged you, put on the Discord, and I feel like I gave a fair warning, I gave you a good 12 hours, I think, from when I messaged you until breakfast time. You used bacon, didn't you? That's what you did. You put the bacon on there first. You don't do that, man. I hope everything's good. I hope everything turns out okay. Everything good with you guys, I hope. Let me see. Everybody's going gaga over the new Switch Pro. Well, I mean the Steam Deck thing. Yeah, I hope everybody has fun with that. I don't know. It seems very, very, very cool to have. I'll get one if I ever have that much change to drop. But yeah, it looks awesome if you have a big Steam library and you're into PC gaming. So hopefully it revolutionizes something. Maybe it'll light a fire under Nintendo's ass. I don't know. But yeah, just playing Pokemon Go all weekend. That was fun. That was exciting. Got to season the Blackstone. That was also exciting. I put 6 coats on that sucker, and looks awesome. So still haven't cooked on it. I'm a loser there, but whatever. All right, I'm gone now. Peace out. Have fun. Have a good show. I talked a whole bunch of nothing, I feel like. So hope you enjoy it. Bye-bye.
All right, Los, thank you very much as always. So, Matt, Uncle Joe sent you a nice check in the mail. You bought some wood,
yes.
And now you bought another accoutrement for the yard. What did you buy?
Yes, thanks to the Biden bucks, I bought myself a Blackstone griddle to go along with my other cooking implements in the backyard here. Bought a nice 28-inch Adventure Series griddle. Bought it Saturday. Came home, seasoned it up. I tell you, it's wild, man. This thing, it's a stainless steel top thing. Okay, and you gotta season it before you can start using it.
You
And
have
it's
no.
when
You have to. It tells
you
you in the
have to.
instruction manual. And don't just throw meat on this thing and start cooking.
Well, I mean, you could, but it's not gonna. It's not gonna work, dude. It's not gonna work. It's I don't know if you ever dealt with cast iron, Mike. Cast iron skillet. Like, Eric, have you dealt with cast iron?
Absolutely.
You're talking to a fucking
it-
guy that ate like a fucking 6-day-old fucking chicken breast that was sitting in the fridge today. Fucking, hey, Mike, let's talk to the listeners about your cast iron experiences. Yeah.
It's like a big giant cast iron, and you have to season it. Okay,
You love
Oil
saying
it.
that word. You ever notice the way he says that word? Say it again.
season.
He
Yeah,
loves it.
season it. Season
Hey,
something
Bob,
later.
season this.
Yeah, I want to season something later here if it comes out right. But it changes color. As you're doing, you can see it before your eyes, changing colors, man. It's wild.
So how do you do this? So give us a quick.
So you turn the heat on high,
Yeah.
extremely high. You turn the heat on high, so it's and it starts to change color. And then when it gets hot, you take oil and you rub oil on it. You let the oil burn off,
Does it come with
and then
oil?
you see what it looks like. Then you do it again. You put oil on it again. Do it again, and as the blacker it gets, the better it is, right, Eric?
Yeah.
So
Does it come with the oil, or do you got to buy your own oil?
no, you just buy regular, canola oil or vegetable oil,
Or
So
Crisco, lard, whatever you want to use for it.
got it like
Okay.
put it in the oven. You put it real high heat, and you just coat it with oil, basically.
Cast iron. You can do that with this. I mean, this won't fit in my oven, so I got to put the burners on high and do it that way.
So do you have a cover on this thing?
Not yet. I got one. It's on order. It's going to come next week.
So are all these bugs now sticking to your seasoning?
No, because I put it inside my garage. It's in my
Okay.
garage. It's in my garage. Yeah, no. Because of that. Until my covers come, I bought a hard cover and a soft cover, and it's supposed to come end of this week. It's supposed to show up.
Now, my question before you go on.
Yeah.
How you fitting all this fucking crap in your RV? I mean, you keep talking about the RV lifestyle, and you keep thinking you're fucking Chef Boyardee over there and buying all this crap. What are you getting? What are you getting? A fucking trailer? You're gonna be like doing your own like cookouts everywhere you go, or you selling this shit off?
To be honest with you, I haven't thought about that. I haven't thought about that, Mike. But I will say this one here folds up to where you can take it places.
Just where you want.
So-
Propane in your fucking RV. What
There
could
you go.
wrong?
RVs running on propane and gasoline, so I mean, not much of a difference there.
Okay.
So
So
how long-
are you running out of real estate? Do you have to like move some of Barb's like plants and shit? How many? You got a regular gas grill, right?
Yes.
You got and a smoker. That's 2, right?
Yes.
And a
Yes.
charcoal thing, right?
Yes.
And
And now this.
I mean, like, how fucking refined is your palate? Like, how many goddamn fucking things are you cooking out there? Going, wow.
That's a good question. That's a good question, Mike. I don't have a valid answer for that. But I will say,
How long before you can cook on it?
I cooked on it this morning.
Oh,
I made breakfast this morning on it. I
Is this-
made bacon, eggs, and pancakes on it this morning, and that's where I fucked up.
This is where Lowe's was telling you not to do that.
Yeah, too soon. Even though I seasoned it up very much last night, it was like glass top last night. It was like fucking ready to go, man. This morning, it wasn't seasoned enough. I put bacon on it, and the bacon kind of stuck to it. And I think part of it was my fault too. I had too much heat on it. It was too hot. Okay, maybe it was a little bit cooler. Could have worked a little bit better, but it was too hot. And the bacon stuck to it, so I'm scraping the fucking bacon off of it and that. And the bacon did come out as well as what I wanted it to. But after I scraped all that shit off, the eggs and the pancakes came out fucking fabulous. It was like being at a fucking diner, dude. Them pancakes came out like, holy shit, man. These pancakes are like fucking diner pancakes, man. Perfect golden brown pancakes, the eggs. fucking over easy, scrambled, whatever. I was cooking the order, man. I was like, what do you want, Noah, for your eggs? I want sunny side up. Here you go, sunny side up eggs. Christopher, I want over easy. Over easy eggs. Here you go. Barb, scrambled.
Barb.
Scrambled. Here you go.
I've only ever had scrambled. I've had hard boiled eggs, but other than that, I've only ever had scrambled eggs. Never had whatever those other two fucking kinds. I know what they look like, but
I'm an over easy fan.
what does over easy look like?
Over easy. Go ahead, Eric.
This is basically you crack the egg and you let it cook on one side, then you just let it cook on the other side real quick, so you can have the yolk runny.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that.
You get to one side done, then you flip it over, kind of get a little
brown.
And then you scoop it off, and like Eric said, you gotta even same thing as sunny side up.
Yeah,
you got a runny yolk, and a runny yolk's nice if you got toast. Dip that toast in that runny yolk, and eat your toast with the runny yolk. Oh, it's delicious.
What's that kind that sort of looks like? Almost looks like a pancake. You know how like they make that like if you put in like an egg and you put hash browns and peppers and all that, and you made it into one goddamn thing. An omelet. I've had omelets.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Omelets are good.
Yeah. So omelets are great.
Basically, a cook, bro. That's just what you do.
I mean, you're just gonna bring all your fucking goodies to fucking Mayonnaise Incorporated's Christmas party or fucking summer party. You're gonna bring your beer and you're gonna bring your fucking 4 little things out there, and you're gonna be like party time.
I mean, fucking doing fucking everything, man. I mean, cooking everything.
Matt, that neighbor you want to have, bro. Hey, go over to Matt's house.
Oh, hey, you want to cook, man?
I don't want any neighbors.
I tell you what, they had to this morning smell that bacon cooking, even though it didn't come out right. That bacon, you could smell that bacon. It was just
Matt's got blowers out. He's got those Eric. He took the rest of his money that was left over from the fucking Biden bucks and got those like NFL type fucking fans that you see on the sideline in places like where it's too goddamn hot, and he's fucking blowing that shit at his neighbors.
He blowing hell.
He's just dangling bacon in front of that shit. He's just blowing
with my spatulas, banging it on the steel grate, like a fucking hibachi master.
God,
it's a learning experience. Good things to learning experience. I'm going to learn from it. I like cooking. Mike, I like cooking. I like cooking, I like grilling. I've always liked cooking that. And this is one more thing I can cook on, do stuff in that. Fucking less thing Barb's got cooked, the better. So.
Is that I'm just going to take that as it is?
That she can.
I'm going to take that as it is. Okay.
Take that as it is.
Wow.
All right. Well, Los, thank you for calling in. It doesn't surprise me that you warned the man and he didn't listen. He gets a new toy. He wants to dive right into it. Didn't listen. And here we are.
Dreaming about it all last night. I was dreaming about it. It's like, oh man, fucking breakfast is boring. I woke up and everyone else was asleep. I was like, fuck these people. I'm going to start making breakfast. And little Christopher comes out.
I had a week-old banana and a breakfast bar. Breakfast. Fucking guy over there thinks he's at the fucking house of fucking pancakes. I'm having a fucking week-old banana and a fucking breakfast bar.
Mike, buy you a fucking plane ticket and come to Cincinnati, man. I'll cook you all types of shit, man.
I'm supposed to be losing weight over here. I can't be fucking putting on the pounds.
Well, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
One cheat day. He can have a cheat day.
Let's get to the video game stuff here before I salivate and fucking slide off this fucking chair from all the fucking grease from that.
It was greasy.
Our buddy Mark, Team Chaos Theory, sent us a question via Discord, which you can also do if you're on our Discord. He says, recently with PlayStation cutting store support for the PS3 and Vita, I'll pause there for a second because I think PlayStation backtracked on that, but nonetheless, he says, I got into modding my Vita / jailbreaking, whatever you want to call it. Normally, I wouldn't do something like that to any system, partially because I'm scared I might brick my system like the people who put Linux on their PS3s way back when, but mostly I don't because that would be wrong, and that alone would keep me from doing it. So long story long. I guess my question is, what are your feelings on modding or hacking consoles? Do you think it's wrong, or should we be able to do what we want with them? Gentlemen, the floor is yours.
You know me. I think you should be able to do what you want. So
Okay. Simple to the point. Matt?
Yeah, I think in theory, I think Eric is right. It's no different from buying a car, being able to mod your car, your vehicle, how you want to. But on the other hand, these consoles are a different animal. You're certainly you'd be able to play the games and stuff on them and that. I
If you
think
mod your
that
car, though, you void your warranty, right?
it
In
depends
most
on what you do to it.
states.
No,
Well,
there's a federal law called the Moss Act
uh-huh.
that if you put modifications on your car that doesn't affect the certain aspects of your car, it doesn't avoid the warranty.
Like, of course, if I get a fucking Ford Explorer and I put those things on the side to help my fat ass get in the Ford Explorer, that's not going to void my warranty, right?
Correct. And
but
changing the exhaust is the same thing. Changing your exhaust isn't going to do it. Putting new tires on it's not going to do it.
uh-huh.
Stuff
So
like that.
I could take my existing stock exhaust off and I could put those fucking loud shit that you hear the fucking people racing down the street with, and that wouldn't, like, I could go from one tailpipe to like two tailpipes and do all that crazy stuff, and it wouldn't void it.
Yes.
yeah, your warranty goes in when you start messing with your engine.
Yeah, when you start getting in your engine guts and stuff like that, it kind of goes in there. It's kind of like, your Xbox and your PS5 and that they had that sticker. If the sticker is gone, then you void your warranty. That kind of type of thing.
So you guys are Android. Well, Eric's a iOS guy, but Matt, you're an Android guy, so you're fucking all into this fucking open source. Get in there, do what you want with the type thing.
Well, I'm still not going to do that though. No. Like with my Series X and my TV and my phone, I'm not going to take a chance of bricking it and them saying, well, you go to this side software or something like that, so you're kind of fucked type of thing. I'm not going to take that chance.
I'm at the point now where I have so much to fucking play that I would never do that on an existing system or phone. But I got to tell you, I think existing systems are off limits. But if you tell me I could get an old Xbox, an OG Xbox, and I could have someone mod it to make it like HDMI instead of composite, and it could load it with a whole bunch of other shit on there, yeah, I'm all for that crap. And I think, to me, in my own personal preference, existing systems are off limits because they're still making games for those things. I'm still using those things on a daily basis on their networks. And I get too many years invested in both ecosystems to all of a sudden have to be cut off at the knees because I own this and I can do whatever I want with mentality, you know what I mean? But I think the older systems, especially if they're not supporting them anymore, then I think all bets are off.
Yeah, I'm right in line with you on that one. The older systems, meaning even like a PS3, you can do what you want, man, the way I see it.
I feel the same way, Eric. I mean, a system that's old, like the Vita, an old Nintendo, an old PS3, and even an old PS4 or an old Xbox One or something like that. If you want to mod it and kind of fuck around with it, then more power to you.
They're still making games for those two systems, though. I think that's a little pushing the envelope, a little still,
But it's not like you're going to be lost out of anything much because you're
logging in with you're logged in with your existing network ID, though. You know what I mean? Like where the original Xbox and like a PS2, you're not logging in with Devious Mr. Matt, right? You just because I don't think those systems support online anymore. So you're just logging in to do whatever you want with it. I think anytime you have to log in with your own existing credentials, I think is when you run the risk.
Yeah, I agree.
I think the only time you're in risk of that, though, even is if you do like an online game, like Call of Duty or Destiny or something like that, where you're like have to run the risk of cheat mods, or something like that.
I mean, if you're going to completely go offline and not take any of the updates they put out for those systems,
I
guess. But I think they still have their tentacles into those to tell what's going on.
I mean, if you're running cheat mods and shit like that, then that you should. That's fucking bullshit. That's wrong. Okay. You know,
Catwood's very upset. He's trying to win these one-on-one battles, and he's losing.
I mean, if you're modding your machines to cheat, that's a whole other story. But if you're modding these machines, these older machines, okay, out of warranty stuff, to play other games or to emulate some games, it might not be ethical. Okay, it might not be right. Okay, you might be considered stealing or whatever, but that's a whole another story than run these machines and mod them to cheat for multiplayer games. That's what I think.
Now really the question, Matt, is how do you feel about coming down and modding your sex machine? You know, are you putting like Kung Fu Grip on that? Are you putting like, you know, Earthquake Pulse? You know, I mean, what are you doing with this machine?
It's every week.
Thrusters.
I'm keeping it fresh every week, dude. Keeping it fresh.
Mixing it up like you're a DJ.
Mixing it up, man.
Different patterns.
There's like a shuffle. There's like a shuffle button on that thing, man. You just press that button, and just whatever happens is going to happen.
Boom.
Yeah, exactly, Eric.
Matt's like fucking Spielberg back there. He's directing shit. Scene three.
Sometimes it directs me.
Yeah.
We got a fuck machine on the loose. We got a fuck.
You're talking about me.
It all comes back to that, doesn't it?
It's a tough thing. I mean, because I paid what did I pay for the same thing? $500 for my Series X, right? So, I mean, you would think you should be allowed to do whatever you want with it, correct?
Well, we're going to get into the Steam Deck, and you might be able to do some shit you want on there. You know.
There's another thing about the Steam Deck too. But I mean, I know Eric, you're on. I mean, you think that okay, I bought this, so it's mine. I can do what I want with it. Now, whether or not the manufacturer agrees with that and allows you to do that, as far as online stuff, that's a whole nother story.
What would you like to do to it that's not in there?
Play Mario Brothers. I don't know. I mean, be able to emulate Switch games. I that type of thing. It'd be like having a PC, right? You got a PC. People mod their PCs all the time, right? Mm-hmm. Without fault, without issues. They load emulators on them. They do this, do that with them.
Well, Nintendo Nintendo doesn't come after the people that are playing they're coming after the creators of the emulators.
Yeah.
Well, that's their problem. That ain't my problem. I mean, well, fuck. Yeah. Okay, the emulator's gone. I gotta find a new one.
I feel the same.
Right?
And shut down the emulator, so I can't use it. You know what I mean? Don't come at me because
they don't come at the user. They come at the people selling it and distributing it.
Right.
Developing it.
To have it, don't put it out there.
Yep.
I don't know. I would agree. I would say there's more of a need to do that shit years ago. But with the whole game preservation that Xbox is doing with the Game Pass and breathing lives into more games with backwards compatibility, it just seems like the need to do that is less and less these days, in my eyes. I get more shit. All I need is more games to fucking play, right? Just throw another 100,000 games on the pile. What does it matter at this point?
Yeah.
But Eric, we saw some new decorations go up in the game room. Why don't you tell us about what's going on there?
But yeah, man, I'm trying to turn that my first Mario room right there. I'm trying to turn that into an arcade. Actually, trying to have one-up arcades just full in that thing, right? So, but one-up arcade, the Star Wars pinball, the video pinball.
Now they send you these things to review, or you buying these with your own spread?
Nah, but that with my own scratch, bruh. You know what I'm saying? I look at my video. If you go to YouTube, Clubbox Gaming, I say, hey, Arcade One Up, if you listen to this video, holla at me. We can make this happen. But yeah, I stuff, man. But I got the video, the Star Wars, and it's really nice, man. It's really, really nice.
You got a whole bunch of them. There was like 3 or 4 of them, weren't there?
I got 3 of they're called Playcades, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're top type arcade one-up machines, but you can mount them on the wall. So coming down my steps into the man cave, I mounted them on the first wall that's there, and I have what you call those, bar stools, and you can just they're wall mountable, so they look pretty cool.
When you got that Christmas party back with a vengeance 2021 party, screw you COVID. There's gonna be more fucking shit for people to play.
There you go, and we're gonna have it set up. We getting it all ready now. I got something else I'm working on too. That's not game. No, it's not. Because Mike, you're always talking about the LBs, right? And glove box. I got some LBs too. I need to get rid of, right?
Okay.
So I'm turning the garage into a gym.
You're trying to turn the bar into a gym?
The garage.
Oh,
my
the garage. I was gonna say the bar. Don't get rid of the bar.
Yeah, you can't do that.
So this is what happened, Matt. He goes to Vegas. He sees his son's garage. He gets home and goes, now I'm going to turn my garage into a little world's gym.
Oh, my son's garage. Not even close. This was way before my son didn't know anything about this. Set this in motion a long time. But yeah, because we don't park our cars in the garage. It's just full of crap, right? So I'm taking everything out of there and I'm turning it into glove box iron, bro.
Nice.
Yeah, I got the fat head already en route. Man, listen, it's gonna be silly.
Oh, those sneakers you got, you're gonna have you need a place to use them now.
And that shout out to my daughter-in-law because she works for Nike. Man, I got so many pairs of freaking sneakers. It's ridiculous.
You got to send Matt a pair. The guy's doing his daily walks on these sneakers that are burnt out.
Yeah, Eric. I will gladly wear glove box sneakers on my walk.
What size shoes you wear, Matt?
8.5.
Wow.
9.
8.5, 9. That's little ass feet.
Let me tell you what's not little on me.
Your finger that's all bandaged up.
Well, yeah.
8.5.
8.5, 9.
Little husky feet you got there. They're wide feet though. They're not long, but they're wide feet. Let me tell you something. Those are some wide feet. Look at them. I keep it up. He's gonna put that nasty toe on the fucking camera. No, but
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh no, here it comes. Don't. 8.5.
I got
when you go get a suit and shit, and they go, "Hey, what size shoe?" Do you just you broadcast 8 hands on the hip, 8.5? We just 8.5. Maybe a 9. Maybe a 9. Thick socks. Give me a 9.
Yeah. This is funny. This is funny because I wear boots. Okay.
Yeah,
how hard it is to find boots.
A grown man's boot in an 8.5. They send you to the fucking little kids aisle. Do-si-do to the kids aisle.
Mike, what size shoe you wear?
On a good day, 11, but usually 10.5.
Damn. That's good.
What about you, Eric?
Oh, glove box got a 13, bro. Come on.
What the fuck's wrong with me?
I'm happy I got double digits. Fucking 8.5.
8.5, 9. That's
fuck. You can go to Salvation Army and the fucking kids, you know how the parents could throw their clothes, donate their clothes back. Since little Johnny's foot got too big and then he only wore them twice. You can get some.
These are size 9s. These are 9s right here.
Oh, those look fine. Those don't look worn out.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
These are 9s.
Good for you, Littlefoot.
Oh shit, Littlefoot.
Yeah, change my Twitter name.
Devious Littlefoot.
Yeah.
Where do we go from here? But we haven't even got to the news yet. We got so much other stuff to get to. Matt, not only Littlefoot, Matt says he can no longer hear things anymore. This is becoming a problem.
Yes,
Littlefoot with no hearing.
Littlefoot with no hearing.
At bended knee.
What? With burnt finger. But watching TV shows like we was trying to watch Loki, okay, Mayor of Easttown, HBO, movies, whatever. I'm having a hard time hearing the dialogue, like just normal conversations between people. Everything else, obviously I can hear fine, but I can't hear people talking. I got to turn the volume way up to try and hear. Of course, then everything else goes up in volume too. But I'm almost to the point where I'm going to turn on fucking closed captioning.
Wow.
So I can
I'll get some hearing
see
aids.
what the fuck's going on. I don't know. I mean, seriously, is this an issue? Do you guys have this issue?
No, but maybe get your ears.
Oh god damn.
Jesus Christ.
Go ahead, Eric.
I'm just go to the ear, nose, and throat.
I'm thinking about it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I should go to the ear doctor. I don't know. So you guys aren't experiencing this.
No, I am definitely. Like, if it's just like regular, like, conversational shit that's going on, like in like TV shows, and I got other shit going on in the house, people's rustling for chips and people moving, the central air kicks on. I can't hear the goddamn conversation. You know what I mean? If it's like, someone like, loudly talking, being theatrical in the show, sure, I can hear that. But if it's just, mundane conversation to move the story along, I fucking can't hear it.
It's like, I don't know if it's me, the setup I have, but it's not just, it's like, TV upstairs, TV in the bedroom, well, on the tablet, whatever. It's people talking, regular conversations.
Yeah.
It's very hard to hear and understand what the fuck's going on.
Yeah. I am with you. I'm having the same thing. Maybe that's why I don't watch a lot of TV or movies these days, because it just is too much of a strain to hear what the fuck's going on. So I just prefer to play video games,
Well, it just kind of makes me wonder where along the line where I fucked my hearing up too.
Well, I know where I was born with hearing issues, and then all the drums and all that shit. Brought your motorcycle.
Well, I mean, that's a lot of hearing shit there. The air going by and everything like that.
Well, the engine's got to be loud too.
Yeah.
I mean, your lawnmower. I make sure I have my headphones on when I'm on the zero turn.
Yeah. See, I never used to do that. I never used to have my headphones on or anything like that doing the lawnmower.
Leaf blower.
Zero turn up at the farm doing the zero turn. I mean, that's extremely loud. And I need to start wearing earphones doing that. But I think Eric's right. Maybe I need to see a fucking hearing doctor or
something like that. Play the little beep and you raise your hand. Beep.
Beep. He's there talking. I'm just sitting there. While he's talking, I'm just sitting there because I can't hear a fucking thing.
I've been there.
It's kind of scary.
You'll get through it. Well, I was reading this singer of this band, this old metal band from England, Saxon, Biff from Saxon, was saying, he didn't take care of his health for a very long time, and hearing was one of the issues that he had that went, and then he had like heart attack and bypass surgery and all that, and he just had like an epiphany, like all of a sudden I got to fucking start taking care of myself. But he said it was a lonely life for a long time, because he didn't think it was a big deal, but he said he would just be sitting at the dinner table with his family and not converse and all this shit because he just fucking couldn't hear. But once he had the heart issues, he's like, nope, I got to make everything a priority. And I guess now he's got, either through some hearing aids or something else that's been done, his hearing is back to where it should be. And he said he felt isolated in his own house.
I could see that. I mean, I can see that for any type of addiction. If you're an alcoholic or drug addict, you're going to with your family stuff, and they're all drinking that, and you're just sitting there, you can't drink, and I could see that too.
All right, let's get into what we've been playing. We've been rambling on here a long time. Eric, you talked about your trip and dabbled here and there on the plane. Since you've been home, have you got any time to play anything?
Not really, because I've been working like crazy. Just
All
my
right.
staple watch and still playing Mario Golf and my one-up arcade machines. That's about it.
Yeah, Mario Golf is a good example of a game that did not get great reviews, but everybody, just the everyday gamer and people that play it, love it.
Yeah.
Good.
You know,
It's golf, and it has a little appeal as far as you can play people. It's like a Mario Golf Rush where you're running through the course and you're trying to play it as fast as you can, and then you got traditional golf on it too. So it's pretty neat, man.
But I
Good
mean,
game.
it's a good casual game, right, Eric? I mean,
Oh yeah, yeah,
you enjoyed playing it and everything.
absolutely. Yeah, it's real casual. You don't. There's nothing hard about it. It's golf, But then they add some some arcadey type stuff to it, so it's pretty cool.
I mean, to me, it seemed like the perfect game for airplane ride out to Vegas and back and stuff like that.
Sure was, and that's why I got it.
excellent. Did you pick up what Skyward Sword came out this week? Is that right?
Now I've played that before. I don't want to play that
I
anymore.
don't need that. All right,
Yeah.
Matt. What have you been playing besides cooking weenies on Red Dead Redemption's fake hibachi?
Well, I've been doing some Red Dead Redemption, playing some of that, having fun, going through that whole playthrough again, stuff like that. And it's totally different from the first time. I've talked about it before, but totally different going through again. The stamina, the health, everything is a lot more important this time around than it was before. Playing that, a little more.
I didn't want to
Go ahead.
interrupt you, but have you met those night people yet that we were talking about on our playthrough Wednesday?
I met the Ku Klux Klan.
I've seen that before. Yeah, they were burning.
Last night or Friday night, I met the Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah.
And they set themselves on fire. I said, "You motherfuckers!" So I went and I had Molotov cocktails. So I started throwing at them. I was like, "There you go, guys, burn, just burn." And the little good symbol came up after I did that. So I was like, "Cool."
Nice. But you haven't met the night people yet, huh?
No,
By the
I haven't.
swamp.
Yeah, no, I'm still looking for them. I've been doing a lot more
The cannibals,
playthrough, doing stuff at night, just because I hear there's a lot more things that happen. And I'm hanging around the swamps by down by Saint Denis. So I've been kind of running around there and trying to find, something that might come up. I haven't had too much luck with that yet, but I want to experience some of that shit than I did the first time. More of that fucked up stuff in that.
What a good game. I remember, what's the name of that city where you go with the girl that's sweet on you that finally you convinced her to hang out?
That's in
You go to like some movie,
that's in Valentine, isn't it? No, is that in the first city? Like one girl
No,
you go in.
What's that girl that's in the game? Like you finally convinced, like she's telling you to slow down.
Abigail? No,
is that
not
it?
Abigail. Is it Abigail?
I think so.
Shit.
I got to go back and play it, but yeah, I thought that was a good story. And like you go to some sort of town and you meet up with her, and you go to watch a movie together, and you go to the bar.
But that's not the same chick that you save her brother from that cult, is it?
Yeah,
Because I've done that. Is that the same chick?
I think so. I think
Okay.
it's the girl that sort of like didn't want anything to do with you because of your ties to your past ties.
Yeah. So that's in Valentine. You go in, you save her brother from the cult, which I did. I did all of that, but nothing's come up since then to
isn't there another chick that you? Is it that same girl? I don't know. I'd have to go back and remember. But there was some girl that sweet on you. I can't remember if it's that Abigail or some other girl.
No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, because you take her to the movies. You guys watch the movies together, and your character can be like, "All right, time to go," or we can sit and watch still, or something like that.
Yeah.
No,
Poor Arthur.
Poor Arthur, some bitch.
All right, what else you been playing?
That's pretty much it. That little more Horizon, Forza Horizon. But Loki. We started watching Loki on Disney Plus. It's a good series so far. We're like 3 episodes in. It's pretty good. That's enjoyable to watch. That it's pretty cool.
What you can hear is pretty good.
What I can hear is pretty good. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna drive Barb nuts here soon when I start putting the closed captioning on these shows here. I start reading the show instead of watching it. It's gonna piss me off myself.
My oldest son watches a lot of Korean movies. He's got the closed caption all the time. He was watching some show the other day. Maybe you guys have seen this movie. I don't know if it's popular or not, but I came into the scene where I guess they captured some serial killer, right? And the parents of all the kids who have been killed are like outside in like a waiting room, and they got this guy like bound up like in a chair, and each parent like couple gets to go in and mutilate the guy. You know, some people like cut his ears off, stab him, cut his throat, tongue, you know, beat the shit
Jesus
out of him
Christ.
with a baseball bat. And they all got like these raincoats on, and they come out and they're all like just like drenched in blood. But they made some like pact, I think, to like not tell anybody. You know, they bury his body all together and everything like that. But they beat the piss out of this dude.
Holy shit!
Yeah, like my 16-year-old son. I'm like, what the fuck am I watching here?
How do you find these shows? I mean, where's he watching from?
I don't know. You know, the
I'm just wondering. I mean, this is like a Netflix thing, is it? Like Netflix or Hulu or something? Or?
Yeah. Some one of those shows. Yeah, it was pretty intense, man. They were all sitting like just, you know, very, you know, stoic, you know, sitting in a waiting room like they were waiting to go in and like, you know, meet with like, you know, like an accountant or something like that. You know what I mean? They all have like, you know, dresses on and suits and ties and shit, and they like all have like these clear raincoats on, and they go in there and they absolutely fucking work the guy over, get it all out of their system, and then the next person goes in.
I mean, Barb watches some fucked up shit, but she doesn't watch anything like that.
See, as far as me, what have I been playing? I finished Ratchet and Clank, Eric. Very, very enjoyable. I thought it was the right length. I was concerned about it being short, but after I, you know, did all the stuff and went to the various planets, and I was like, yeah, it's just, you know, it's ready to wrap this up. And I thought it was a good boss fight at the end. A little predictable. You could tell what was going to happen. A little bit of power struggle there at the end, but I thought all in all it was really good. I thought they nailed it. It was a hell of a game. Beautiful looking, and just a premium experience on that DualSense controller. Each new weapon you got, just more and more. Like I think the very last weapon I got was the favorite. I can't remember what it was, but just the way it felt in the DualSense with the various feedback you would get, I thought it was top notch.
That's awesome.
So we'll see if they put out any DLC or anything like that. But I was thrilled. So now I'm figuring out what to play next. Do I jump into Biomutant, or do I go back to Mass Effect and finish Andromeda, which I stopped playing about a year ago? So
I would do that before Biomutant. That's just Biomutant is just. I try to play that again, and I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Pisses
they've put out a lot of updates for it, so I'm hoping by the time I get in there, it'll be a solid game.
I'm about to try again.
All right, let's get over to the news here. We got a couple, 2-3 items to discuss.
Really? Okay, do you hear what he just said? He just said, why don't you, for once in your life, just do the fucking news? All right, no. I'm gonna do the fucking news. No, here is the fucking news.
All right, one item we want to discuss here right off the bat is that Netflix is going to get into the video game business. They're going to offer video games as part of their subscription. The Bloomberg article here, it says the idea is to offer video games on Netflix's streaming platform within the next year. The games will appear alongside current fare as a new programming genre, similar to what Netflix did with documentaries or stand-up specials. The company currently doesn't plan to charge extra for the content. but this could possibly lead to increased price down the road when they say, hey, we've added this other layer of content, so that's why we're raising the prices. So video games coming to Netflix at some point within the next year. Let's take this. Go ahead, Eric.
And I'm saying those are not going to be like, those are going to be like Apple Arcade titles. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking.
Well, I want to take it a step further and just play make pretend for a second, if we can.
Okay.
What if Sony has been on the sidelines with Game Pass because this is the partnership that they want to have? You know, Sony probably already does some stuff with Netflix, right? At least they might have some history. What happens if Sony says we're going to make our Game Pass be on Netflix?
Okay, so what they said earlier, they said it's not going to be an extra charge. That made me raise my antenna up a little bit because Sony's not going to do it for free, right?
Right.
So, and the quality of the game shouldn't be, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal if they're doing it for free. So that would be a killer for Sony because, you know, right then and there you have all those houses that have Netflix in them. Okay. That's a big deal. You know, that sounds great. Mike, you should be on somebody's staff over there, but on that.
Yeah. I don't know, you know, just thinking out loud, you know, could that be something that could happen? You know, I think at some point, either Sony needs to rebrand PlayStation Now. I mean, I think that's doing very well on its own, but people don't equate it the same as Game Pass. Maybe because brand new stuff doesn't come to PlayStation Now like it does on Game Pass. It's more, you know, stuff over time comes to it. But you know, it'd be a hell of a way to counter, right? Because how many people? There's got to be way more people that have Netflix in their home than Xboxes, right? So,
yeah, that would be a clunky rollout because now we got to think. Let's go what you're saying. And how are we going to play these? Everybody doesn't have a smart TV. Everybody doesn't have a TV that you can hook up a controller to. So,
well, it's no different than the issues that Game Pass is trying to do right now, or Stadia, or anything like that, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Be interesting. Be interesting to see what happens. But you know, Netflix getting in the gaming business, probably not a huge surprise. The gaming industry is a lot larger than Hollywood these days financially.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that they want to dabble and get their hands in the cookie jar, so to speak. But you probably could be right, Eric. You probably could be more mobile-friendly titles. You know, especially the guy they hired is from EA, has experience with games like Sims and Plants vs. Zombies. He was at Facebook for a little bit doing games for Oculus. So
yeah,
they got the bucks though to do crazy shit. They got so much revenue coming in that they might be able to, you know, give Sony or whoever. Let's say it was Nintendo, give someone a cut without raising their prices right away. You know, see what type of interest it gets, and then if it really takes off, they can say, all right, you know, down the line we're going to raise the price, and you get, you know, all of PlayStation's first party games on Netflix. I'm spitballing here. I'm spitballing.
Yeah, I'm in for the spitball though. I'm good for that. That'll be.
Matt, any sort of thoughts about what Netflix is going to do?
It's not going to go over well. It's not going to work.
No, Matt's already. Okay.
Yep.
Well, let's go over. Let's just cut it there then. Let's just go over something else. Matt has already given us his foot size tonight. But sir, how big is your Steam Deck?
6.5 inches.
Oh boy.
But it's girthy though, right, Matt?
It's girthy.
It's like a tuna can.
It's a wide. It's an 8.5 wide.
Can of corn.
It's like a tuna can.
Matt, we know you love your Xbox Series X, and that's all you're going to play. You're very loyal to it, just like your job. That's where you're sticking, and you're not moving. Eric over here, he's always looking for a new angle, pinball machines, VR headsets, consoles, emulators, blah, blah, blah. So, Eric, where are you with the Steam Deck right now?
Oh, I pre-ordered the biggest one they got. So there you go. Did you think any different?
No. No. How did you find the experience went?
It was cool for me. It was no big deal for me.
Okay.
I didn't do it right when it came out though. So chances are I'm going to be delayed. I won't get it probably till next year sometime. And I don't have a problem with that. But everybody tried to pile on and get it right when they announced it. And I think that's where it kind of killed the service or whatever. But I came in maybe later that day and everything was fine.
Well, I think they did it right though, as far as its pre-order, where you had to purchase something on Steam from
prior to June.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. I mean, and it was limit one per person too. So that kind of helps keep the bots away.
I had 2 in my cart and it wouldn't let me go forward.
Yeah.
And once I took one out of my cart, I was able to. And now, Eric, all we have done is put $5 down to get an email to buy it at a later date. You know what I mean? We haven't actually bought anything. But all essentially we've done at this point is signed up for an invitation later on to buy it. You got 30 days now to keep that $5 down. If you want to cancel it, they'll give you your money back. After 30 days, the $5 rolls into Steam credit if you want your money back.
Yeah.
So this thing comes in 3 different flavors. Right, it's $399 for a 64 gigabyte SSD. And for those that don't know, the Steam Deck here is Valve's portable handheld gaming machine. It runs on a Linux Steam OS. So $399 for 64 gigabytes, $529 for the medium at 256, and $649 for 512 gigabytes, as well as an anti-glare etched glass screen treatment. All 3 versions have a micro SD slot, so you can expand storage further. There will be a dock coming out later, but in handheld mode, you're playing like you're in Matt's garage at 720p.
For a handheld, that's perfectly fine.
Okay. The dock, I'm not sure if anything's come out on the dock, if that's going to let you play in 4K or not. But I got to tell you, the big appeal for me to do this is so I don't have to drag HDMI cables around everywhere from like my desktop to my big TV. That you can buy a dock for this, just like the Switch, and you'll be able to run a USB-C to HDMI. You know what I mean? So I can get the physical unit closer to my television rather than going from the PC all the way to my television. So being able to play Steam games right on my TV, and I know some of these TVs can do remote play now and all this, but that, then you're getting into your own home Wi-Fi, I believe, with all that type of stuff, and only as good as, the interference is in your house. So that's kind of the appeal for me in the long term. Will I do much handheld gaming with this? Maybe, but probably not a ton because, we're selling the house down the Cape, so there's going to be less places I would be going. So we're talking about vacations, which we take once a year. So really, where am I going to use a handheld at this point? For me, it's a way to get something on my larger TV if I wanted to. The battery life. Go ahead, Matt.
For me, it's something I can be up at the couch up with everybody else and be able to game while still being part of the parental unit.
Right, and you get your whole access to, it's not just your Xbox library, your Switch library, you get access to all your Steam games, but also you're going to be able to load you're not just going to be able to play Game Pass on here. You're going to have to jump through some hoops to get Windows installed on a Linux machine, and then you'll be able to do some stuff. I mean, if you're skilled and you're adept at that, and you can follow along instructions, I'm sure that where there's a will, there's a way. You're gonna be able to get the Epic Game Store on here as well, so you can probably play some of your Epic stuff. It seems like there's a lot of capabilities if you want to jump through the hoops and hurdles that these types of things require.
There's something I saw yesterday. I saw like half of the top 10 Steam games would not be able to play on this game. Destiny, PUBG, Apex, shit, what was the other one?
And what is the reason why?
Because of the OS and the cheat stuff they have that has to be installed for this stuff doesn't run on this little handheld machine. So they're working to fix it, but like some of the top games would not be able to be played on this system.
I was watching IGN breakdown of it, and they were basically saying, look at it as a computer, not a gaming system, because they had it hooked to a television with the dock and everything, and they had a keyboard and a mouse. It was crazy, So
yeah, I mean, it's a cheap little. If you're in an apartment or something, or you don't have much real estate in your house, but you want to do some PC gaming, you got a little nook or somewhere with a monitor, and you don't want to have this big tower. You don't want to pay someone the money to put it all together for you, and maybe you don't have the skills or the time to put a PC together. I seen the image you're talking about, where it's hooked up to a monitor and a keyboard and mouse. It could be a fit depending on how well they do things. And in the Verge article here, it says on the software side of things, the Steam Deck runs what Valve is calling a new version of Steam OS. That it's optimized for the handheld's mobile form factor, but the actual OS is based on Linux and will use Proton as a compatibility layer to allow Windows-based games to run without requiring developers specifically porting them over to the Steam Deck. Now, as Matt says, he's got a little bit more inside baseball that some games, because the anti-cheat system won't work. They go on to say, ultimately, though, the Steam Deck is still a full-fledged Linux computer, meaning that more technical users will be able to jump out to the regular Linux desktop. Valve notes that you'll be able to plug in a mouse, keyboard, and monitor and install the game store's regular PC software, browse the web, and more. It's kind of exciting, I think, I don't think, I've seen some people say, well, Nintendo's got to be nervous about this. Nintendo isn't nervous about anything. Nintendo does what Nintendo does, and the shit just sells. If Nintendo was nervous, they would have put out a Switch Pro a long time ago, or they would have put out a machine that had the same specs like a PS5 or an Xbox Series X or the PS4 and the Xbox One X. They're not nervous or worried. They do what they do, and they march to their own beat. This doesn't change how they act at all. They say Valve says the Steam Deck's features are designed to emulate the regular Steam app on desktop, complete with chat notifications, cloud save support, and all of your library collections and favorites kept in sync. And if you want more power, you'll be able to stream games to the Steam Deck directly from your gaming PC using Valve's Remote Play. We'll see what happens, Eric. I just put my name in the hat. And as more stuff comes out, I'll make a decision, if I want or not. $649 is not something just to casually go into. It's more than a PS5. It's more than an Xbox Series X. How much use am I going to get out of it? I don't know. But I got time. I got my name in there. At the worst case scenario, I say cancel, and I get $5 Steam bucks to spend on a sale someday. That's the way I'm looking at it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and buy it regardless, because I want to see what it's like, of course, and I'll use it like at work. And man,
Sure.
Can you imagine Borderlands? Yeah. Some Borderlands 3 while I'm at my desk, man. Come on, it's the best.
What do you guys think about all the buttons? This thing comes with a lot of fucking buttons.
I think take a little bit of adjustment. You got used to it. It does seem like a beefy device, though. I mean, it's pretty.
I got it up on the screen right now, and it's got your two thumbsticks. It's got two track pads on either side. It's got the D-pad way up in the left corner. It's got your face buttons way up in the right corner. And then on the back, it has, your regular shoulder buttons, bumper buttons, but then it also has the like pro controller type buttons in the back. See if I get if you buy a high end controller these days, I'm trying to see if I have a picture of the back of it. Apologize if I'm scrolling too fast.
I think
got it's got a lot of
D-pad and the
doodads.
buttons are in the wrong position. Just compared to your normal controller.
It's going to take some getting used to for sure. And they said this also isn't the final form factor either, right? They said this is just a prototype. So I got an image up on the screen now of where you can see the back button. So they'll be on both sides in the back, like if you got a Pro controller from Xbox or you got that sort of like back bumper thing that they made for the PS4. It's like that. There was a meme a while ago where they had like this controller that had all the doodads built into it. You know what I mean? I think we've all seen that picture before. That's what this thing vaguely reminds. It's almost like a Frankenstein, like handheld. It's built for like a lot of different things.
Like a mashup of all kinds of crap.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you kind of have to for what's mainly computer games. Yeah.
I just wish it could do VR. I could hook a Oculus Quest 2 up to. That would be awesome.
Well, it's got a USB.
Yeah, but I know, but
USB-C, right?
I don't know if it's powerful enough to.
What do you think of the face buttons being Microsoft sort of branded with the A-B-C, right? And then the bumpers are like PlayStation branded with the L2, R2.
Yeah, it's a mashup of everything.
Yeah.
They're trying to keep everybody happy.
Yeah. I guess like those are the standards, you know what I mean? So people don't have to do much, I guess, going into the code of their games.
Right.
Universal, kind of universal standard language.
Yeah. I mean, no matter, PlayStation, Xbox, it's a trigger. It's a button. Doesn't matter if you call it A, B, C, or MLK or whatever. It's all
right.
The same button press.
So, Matt, maybe what you're telling me is that these single-player games are going to work great on it. Hold your breath on multiplayer stuff. They're going to have to do some work on that to make those work.
That's what I saw. Yeah, a lot of the popular multiplayer games, PUBG, Rainbow Six Siege, Destiny, Apex, and that, they're not going to be able to work on this. Now it's it's early. This thing doesn't come out to December, so a lot of time between now and then to make things work out.
Disappointed it's not OLED?
No, I'm not.
That size of the screen, that small of a screen.
So this thing's to compare to regular consoles, it comes nowhere close to a PS5 or an Xbox Series X, but it sits in the middle of like a PS4 and an Xbox One X, or sort of Xbox Xbox Series S and a PS4. Xbox One S and a PS4. It sort of sits in that. That's the type of power you're going to get with this.
Well, there's a market for it because the Switch is doing well. So, I don't see why it can't get its own space too. So, that seems good to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Gabe Newell from Valve said that they went after this price point of $399. It was painful, but important for them to get at that price point. And they say they're in this thing for the long haul. This is not something, people make fun of them, for making their VR headset, $1,000 and kind of making it a niche, high-end product. And then, the Steam Link, the Steam machines, the controller, those things didn't pan out. But they say this one here is here to stay, and they're committed to it.
Good.
Believe him or bullshit?
I believe him.
Can't tell if Matt's having a hearing loss right now. If he's
I mean, I'm on the fence there. I mean,
yeah.
I could go either way with that.
So it's got, for those who count the flops at home, it has 1.6 teraflops. The Xbox One S has 1.4 teraflops, and the PS4 has 1.8 teraflops. So like I said, it sits right in between those two models.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll hear more in the coming months. A couple other news stories here. This will be for Hoodie Ninja, Jeremy. If I'm not sure if he's how many days sober of Warframe he is right now, but Warframe at some point will be getting cross-play and cross-save. They say that's in development. They don't have an ETA as far as when that will be released. But if you remember, didn't Warframe release on the PS4? Wasn't that a launch title? So this has been an 8-year-old game that they continue to add to. TennoCon was this last weekend. So one of the things that came out and said one of the most requested items was cross-save and cross-play. So this will let players take their characters across PC, Switch, PS4, PS5, Series X and S, and Xbox One seamlessly. I remember Jeremy in the old days he'd have a character on PlayStation and a character on Xbox, and they weren't in sync. So he can ditch one of those characters and just roll with one right now. They're also developing a mobile title that will be coming out, and the next expansion, New War, is going to be free, just like the game is free, right? So they don't charge you for this crap. So lots of stuff going on at TennoCon. I always wonder, like, how come I haven't played too much of this game? Part of me, I wonder if they've ever dumbed down the leveling up in that game. I remember going into the cockpit and trying to figure out all the shit I need to buy to up level my guy and shit. Very, very confusing. But otherwise, the game was. I have memories of playing the game. The shooting felt fun, but doing a lot of running. Does anybody else remember doing a lot of running in this game? Maybe because Jeremy just knew what to do, but I always felt like we were running from A to B in those various tunnels and stuff.
It's so far gone that, like, I don't even know how I could jump in. What's the story? What I don't know.
Yeah, I think in the early days you were fighting some characters called the Sentinents, and they're back now. So in the beginning you were playing something called Old War. That's why the new expansion is called New War. You're going to be fighting the Sentinents again. We'll see. Jeremy can chime in. Let us know if it's worth it or not. Tomorrow, gentlemen, Ubisoft is going to be launching, or not launching, but they're going to be announcing a new title. I'm not sure if you saw their tweet today, but 11 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow. It looks like almost like a first-person Division Call of Duty game. Speculation is it'll be free to play, but it looks very much like in the streets of New York, like the first game was. You can see Sarah on the ground, right? So that tells you it's got to be the Division, and but it's first person, and very much looks like a Call of Duty. There's kill streaks going on. I'm watching this, quick little GIF that they are extended GIF that IGN tweeted out today. Where would your excitement be to play a free-to-play Division game, first-person shooter? Nothing ventured, nothing gained because it's free to play.
I'm in about a 6 or 7. I like to check it out.
Yeah, definitely on to check it out.
Check it out, yo. Yeah, I mean, I just think the way that titles like Fortnite, Apex, and Warzone continue to dominate the gaming landscape, you're going to see it. These other people's try to, especially someone like Ubisoft, who just has the clout to compete with those publishers, to try to put their, they already tried with that other sort of battle royale game that didn't do that well for them. They tried to compete a little bit with Apex and Fortnite. So this is taking an existing franchise and putting it sort of in the Call of Duty realm. So I bet you they get some traction for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the last bit of news here, Ubisoft has delayed Rainbow Six Extraction again. It was supposed to come out September 16th, but now has been delayed to some point in January 2022. We played a little bit of maybe of what Extraction could be. Remember when Rainbow Six Siege had that spin-off game that was only like out there for a little bit of time? I think that's what Extraction is sort of based off. But
Same type of thing.
Right. So yeah, Ubisoft's busy. I think they have a revenue earning call this week. That's why we got some news on the Assassin's Creed stuff coming out, and now Rainbow Six. I think they got to let their investors know what's coming down. So they said their ambition with Rainbow Six Extraction is to deliver a full-fledged AAA experience that changes the way you play and think about cooperative games with unique features like missing in action or the sprawl. Every mission is set to be a tense and challenging experience. We're out. In which you'll lead elite operators of Rainbow Six in a fight against a lethal and evolving alien threat. Sounds like my bedroom. There's plenty of 2022 is going to be a hell of a year for games, man. A lot of shit's getting delayed. Just add it onto the pile. Gamers are going to have a lot of choices to make next year. That's all my news stories this week. I thought it was going to be a slow week because the news was just trickling in. And then all of a sudden you had the Netflix news and, of course, the Steam Deck. And for all you, I didn't put the news items in here, but for all you content creators and streamers, Elgato released a bunch of products this week. A bunch.
Yeah.
Like XLR mixer and a new microphone. I mean, a new webcam and a new boom arm for your mic. And they even launched a new... I found it funny, on the day that Steam released the Steam Deck, they announced a new Stream Deck. So they had four products they announced last week.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they're pretty much still the gold standard for streaming and stuff, so...
Yeah, I forgot who they got. Did they got Logitech by them, or was that Astro? I think Corsair. I think Corsair is the parent company to Elgato, so I think that's where they get the money from.
I didn't know that happened.
Yeah, I think that's why they are able to release these products that are better quality and a quicker clip. I think they got some of that Corsair money. All right, gentlemen, this has been 170. A lot of topics. Maybe not a lot of gaming stuff. We got to the gaming stuff. But we had other shit to go through in the beginning of the show. Man got stuck in a freezer. You got to hear about the details. Man stabs his finger. Other guy sees his grandkids. We got to summarize the trip. So we had a lot of shit to catch up on and talk to. Now, Matt, one thing we didn't talk about, Not Whole Baseball has wrapped up. Hallelujah. Can we give him
Praise Jesus.
Can we give him an hallelujah, Eric?
Hallelujah.
Praise Jesus.
Now he's threatening. He's threatening. Now that he got his griddle, he's threatening to go off the grid and leave it at home and live like a simple man out in the woods.
I'm ready to go out to the property and just be off the grid for a couple of days. And
The grill is too new. You're not gonna go off the grid yet.
hey, that can come with me.
I'm gonna burn down the property. Picture Matt burning his property up and just sitting there going, "Why me? Why me?"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, be stuck in a tree or some shit like that.
Like a koala bear
with them little feet up a tree.
Those little feet dangling off the branches.
With an 8.5 foot, 8.5
now we
inch,
now we know why at the Christmas party you were only able to get like a half inch off the ground. Those little feet not giving you enough lift.
It's starting to make sense now, isn't it?
It's all coming together.
It's all coming together. That's right.
All right.
How I have 2 kids, I got no fucking idea.
Neither does Barb.
Yeah, exactly.
You didn't feel a thing. What do you mean I'm pregnant?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, how'd this happen?
Oh shit.
Well,
He
shit.
circled the bed and made an estimate. Oh god. All right, one of you fucking stooges. Give a fucking shout out
Well.
plugs. I want to shout out everybody in chat.
Everybody in chat. God bless you. Nobody.
Must have had a hell of a shit. Last week was so verbose of people in chat. This week, Eric brought nobody.
This was the week to be in chat. This was the week to be here and talk and all the shit going on, man.
Hey, man, it's summer, man. People got stuff to do.
I guess.
I got shit to do.
Eric.
I got to work tomorrow. Shit.
Well, my shouts to Eric, man, for coming on the show, coming back from Vegas, being on
Man,
the show tonight, man. It is good hearing your voice again. I'm glad you got to go out and see family and shit and have a good time. But I am glad you're back and on the show and talking with us fine folks.
and I want to be home and on the show, man. Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
Tired of work.
It's awesome talking to you again, Eric.
Did you go to Count's Customs in Vegas?
Nah, I didn't do any.
I thought you would drop off like an old, used jalopy that you had and say, "Can I get this, decked out in glove box gaming or something?" 2 birds,
yeah.
1 stone while you're in Vegas.
I wish. Shit.
So you didn't think that. You need me. You need to bring me with you. Get on that level.
Gamble, Mike?
Do I gamble?
Yeah.
No, not really.
All right, cool. You can hang with me.
The wife wants to spend the money that Uncle Joe gave us and put it in the kids', bank accounts. All right, and then she's like, "Do you mind if I go to Iceland for 4 days by myself?" And I'm over here like seeing fucking like a game that I casually might want to play that came out like on Epic Games, and I'm like sweating over like a $30 purchase, and she hits me with, "Yeah, I might go to Iceland for a week by myself."
Iceland, jeez, wait.
You know, this check comes every month at the end of the year, just so you know.
Oh, that was very verbose. My asshole just spoke to you. And it comes every week to the end of the month?
No, every month.
Every month to the end of the year.
Yes. Yeah, not every Jesus Christ.
So July, August, September, October, November. So we're going to get 6 of them. Half year's worth.
That's correct.
Awesome.
So you got July's. So you got 5 more coming.
Nice. Supposedly. Is that a guarantee if you got 1, you get 5 more?
Yes, that's what's, yes.
Yeah. So
this isn't a one-time deal.
So what else you got on your menu?
Nothing after this. I'm done.
Nothing?
I'm
done?
good. I'm
You're
good.
done?
Yeah, I'm good.
I don't believe that.
You got to save.
I'm good.
Hey, man,
I'm good.
you have changed, man. Dude, remember Matt wouldn't spend any money on anything. Now, Matt, I don't know what's going on.
He spends more money than all of us.
I don't know what's going on.
He's going to get a new motor. I'm going to do a prediction right now, Eric. He's going to trade in the motorcycle for a new one.
Uh-huh.
He's going to take some of this Joe Biden bucks and get, put the down payment or get an upgrade, Well, I could have the same payment as I do now, but I could put some of this money down, and I got this new model. Look at this hotness. That's what I'm seeing.
He must have got rid of Quicken or something or something.
I had my motorcycle out today. It was very enjoyable. The one I have. I'm very happy with that motorcycle I have.
You can ride it with that bum finger and them little feet.
Well, no, this came after.
Oh shit!
With the little feet, yes.
The little feet have always been there. Did you have to get like special? Oh. Wow, that cut like next week. That cut like a knife.
That was good. That was good.
Do you have to get special pegs?
That's what Barb says.
Do you get like little magnets on your little booties there so they stay on the pegs? Oh fuck! The hell of a thing.
Guys, goddamn.
All right, Eric. Anything else you want to say?
Nah,
Yeah.
man.
Eric,
glad,
anything
to
else you want to say?
be, glad to be back, man. Love talking to you guys on Sunday, and I'll be here next Sunday. Cool.
Perfect. Good.
Let's give a shout out to Barb. I saw her on Facebook. 20 years at her place of employment, huh?
Yeah.
Good for her, man.
You guys are loyal, huh? When you got like 35 years for you and 20 for her?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I mean, big for her is she's dealing with those people. I mean, that's,
You could put that. You could have
She's-
phrased that a little bit better.
I got small feet. What can I say?
Small feet, small brain, and it's all coming up.
It's all it all evens out, I guess.
She's helping these people, disadvantaged people. Let me help you with that.
She is a saint.
Yeah. So kudos to her. Carol, if you're listening, she'd be proud of your daughter.
Guess.
Good. Your son-in-law and his way of spending. Maybe you can come over, Carol, and he'll cook you some pancakes and eggs. You know, breakfast with Carol. Calling it right now. Podcast Breakfast with Carol.
Don't encourage her.
Okay. All right. Yes, Eric.
Jeff Helmer. Jesus Louise.
Chef Helmer.
Jeff Helmer. He got all those tools, man.
I know he's got to start doing his own cooking show, like series on YouTube. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, this is good. This is good.
You need to start reviewing all those new toys you got. You know.
Yeah. Like this other guy over here. All right, let's wrap up this buffoonery. It was good chiming in with all you and conversing. Los, thanks for the voicemail. Team Chaos Dairy, thank you for the question. Anybody else would like to leave us questions, you can do that on Discord, or you can call us at 508-659-2337. That's 508-659-BFFS. This has been 170. Hope you're enjoying your summer. Otherwise, I have no fucking clue why you're not here.
Word.
What's this lying around shit?
They're all lying around. Figured it out. I'd say goodnight to them, but there's nobody here to say goodnight to.